Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Tech Life. My name's Julio, and as always, thank you for being here. If you are new to the channel, what you're going to find here are videos that talk about coding boot camps, and specifically the coding boot camp that I went to, which is Southern Methodist University coding boot camp that is located at the Southern Methodist University campus in Dallas, Texas. I recently graduated. It was a 6-month part-time boot camp. But as I said in one of my previous videos, there is nothing part-time about a part-time boot camp. If you want to know more about that boot camp, it is in the description. You can check it out and learn more about that. Also, I do periodically reviews on some tech stuff and just all sorts of things tech related. I try and do some sort of little tutorials. I'm going to try and get more involved in that and basically just share with you my whole experience with coding and the things that I've learned. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The 3 things that I wish I knew before I started the boot camp. Let's start with number 1. I wish I didn't go out and buy a $3,000 MacBook Pro. I went out and I got myself a fancy schmancy new laptop because I was gonna go to Coding Bootcamp, and even though they gave us the requirements of what we needed, I used this as an excuse to go get myself a very expensive laptop that I didn't really need. Now, yes, it's great for videos, for everything I do on YouTube and stuff like that, but for the purposes of going to the boot camp, my MacBook Air, I think it's 2013 version of MacBook Air would have been perfect. The only requirement that I think my MacBook Air maybe did not meet was the 256 gigabyte hard drive. It came with 128, and honestly, I think that would have been fine. I can make a whole separate video on whether you should get a Windows computer or a Mac. That's for another topic, but whatever you have right now is probably okay. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy a very expensive laptop. It's really not needed. Now, if you are in the market, then go out and get whatever you want. But for me, I wish I didn't go out and get it just because I didn't really truly need it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a 2-part, and that is that I wish I knew how frustrated I was going to be, and I wish I knew how much dedication was actually going to be required to successfully complete the boot camp. I had this vision in my head that at the end of every class, I was just gonna get it. And I was gonna just flow through the entire 6 months and was never gonna have a problem and just get it. Even though I had been doing some online stuff and I wasn't quite getting it there, for some reason, I just built it in my head that going to the boot camp was gonna solve everything for me, right? Not the case. I was frustrated a lot. And it's easy to feel like you're the only one because you don't really wanna share those thoughts, those feelings with your classmates because you don't wanna be the only one, and people think like, man, you don't get this or whatever. But trust me, you are very, very likely not the only one that is feeling frustrated. It's just part of the learning process. This is a boot camp. That means it's an intense, fast-paced program, and being frustrated is just going to be part of your life for 6 months or however long the program is that you attend. But don't let that stop you. Don't quit. Just keep going with it, and you will be fine. The second part, the dedication. It is easy to be dedicated at the beginning because you're excited. The content you are learning, HTML, CSS, is not overwhelming. It's easier to grasp. But towards the end, when everything is coming together, when the concepts are more complicated, it feels like the pace is going faster. It's easy to lose that initial motivation that you had and lose that dedication to studying all the time before class, after class, on the weekends. That's one thing I wish I would have gone in. And I knew I was gonna have to work at it, but I didn't know I was gonna have to work as hard as I did and spend as much time. I mean, before the program, I spoke to my wife and I was like, hey, when I go to the program, this is what I'm gonna be focusing on. But even back then when I told her that, I didn't even really comprehend how serious I was. Like, I was gonna have to be, because if you truly want to get this stuff, you have to you have to dedicate yourself to the program. So yeah, so that's something I wish I knew. And then the last thing is, I wish I knew that I was not going to know everything coming out of the program. Kind of like the second thing I just said. I also had this thought that going to a coding bootcamp was going to be my answer to all my coding issues, and I was going to just come out knowing everything, and I was going to be able to improve Facebook and improve Google and all this other stuff. And that is not the case. I did not come out knowing everything. Don't get me wrong though, I know so much more now than I did when I started the program. I am way better at programming than what I think I would have probably ever reached on my own. Again, I didn't come out with this, I had this false idea that I was gonna just be perfect when I came out of the boot camp, and that is not the case. I think what the boot camp is very good at is building a very good and a very solid foundation where it helps you learn how to think like a programmer. It helps you take big problems and break them down into pieces and start solving it in little increments. And it also is good at helping you learn on your own quicker and more efficiently, and understanding documentation, and just being around code that much just makes it easier for you to learn on your own. And I think that's something that I would not have been able to get on my own. Like if I was going to try and learn just React on my own, like I was when I was trying to do Team Treehouse or whatever, and I was just teaching myself basic JavaScript and everything on my own, which I wasn't getting very well. I don't think I would have ever been able to learn like Express and React. At least that's just me. I don't think I would have been able to do it. I needed to be in the boot camp and get, like I said, that solid foundation, have the assistance of the TAs and the instructor and the online tutoring sessions. All of that was what really helped get me to where I am now. And now I am able to really help myself learn programming easier and better because I have that foundation. So yeah, those are 3 things that I wish I knew before I started the program. I'll restate those. 1, I wish I didn't go out and buy a very expensive laptop. It's not needed unless you just have the money. I wish I knew how frustrated and how much dedication is going to be required for the entire program. And then I wish I knew that I'm not going to come out knowing everything, but I have the ability to learn a lot after the program. So those are my 3 things. I hope they help you guys out. If you are on your way to a boot camp, check out my description. I had a really good time at mine. I learned a lot. The boot camp I went to is located at, I think, 39 universities across the country. If you are looking to become a programmer, I would definitely suggest the program I went to. They have part-time and full-time programs. Just check it out, and yeah, just go from there. If you have not had a chance to hit that subscribe button, please do that. It really does help me out. And of course, give me a like if anything was useful for you in this video. And upcoming videos, let me talk about some upcoming videos. I want to talk a little bit more about the kind of laptop I think you should get. And I am not like a crazy like hardware, there's a bunch of other channels that might give you even more information, but I'm just going to give you the normal kind of simple version of Windows or Mac, just my opinion. I want to make a video on why I went to a coding bootcamp, and my reasons are probably a little different than a lot of people. So I want to explain that to you and kind of share with you the freedom that I think coding has allowed me to move into, and I'll explain that in the next video. Oh, and I want to answer in a video a lot of the questions that I've been getting. I've been getting a bunch of great questions, and I thought I'd just kind of put those together in case you don't get to read the comments in one of my videos. I'll answer all those questions, and maybe one of those will help you out and help you make a decision on the coding bootcamp. Look for those, and of course, so you don't miss those videos, hit that notification bell and you will know as soon as they come out. I will see you guys at the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.